welcome all of you once again. It's Backpack, and as usual, we're going to bring you more about Egypt. This time I want to talk more about archaeological discoveries. Well, we talked a lot about it because every day we can see all around Egypt, we can see new discoveries taking place. So let me tell you more about the latest discoveries that took place during the year 2022 and more about something that I believe very important. One of the famous pharaohs. Whenever we mention his name, we are always looking for him and looking for more about his belongings. We're talking, of course, about King Tutankhamun. Let's find out together more about him and more about the latest archaeological discoveries that took place during the year 2022. On to the latest discoveries in Egypt, I would like again to take a look at the most famous Egyptian discoveries ever, King Tut or King Tutankhamun. The discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb 100 years ago aroused worldwide curiosity, the Tutmanian that never ends. Wherever there is an exhibition for King Tut, thousands of visitors are gathering, long curious, waiting to take the chance to get closer to the famous golden mask of King Tut. The discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb in the Valley of the Kings in Luxor in November 1922 made headlines worldwide. Attracted many people to travel to Egypt to catch a glimpse of this spectacular discovery, and the treasured collection soon started its unique tour around the world. Spread in popular culture across the globe, influencing art, fashion, film, music, architecture, advertising, and much more. invention also inspired actors, writers, artists, filmmakers, and fashion designers. On the 100-year anniversary of unearthing King Tut's tomb, archaeologists discover hundreds of tombs and mummies buried in Giza. Archaeologists have unearthed the pyramid of a never-before-known ancient Egyptian queen, a cache of coffins, mummies, and artifacts, and a series of interconnected tunnels. Archaeologists have been working at Saqqara, an archaeological site in Giza, about 20 miles south of Cairo, and recently they discovered a trove of coffins and mummies, which may belong to some of King Tut's closest generals and advisors during his reign. Archaeologists also focus their attention on a nearby pyramid, which belonged to Teti, the first king of the 6th dynasty of Egypt. Is the land of treasures, and whenever we dig more, the more we find treasures. Discoveries never ends. In 2022, more discoveries, from mummies with gold-plated tongues to a pyramid built for a previously unknown queen, and more. archaeologists in Egypt have uncovered the remains of an ancient temple built to honor Zeus Cassius, a deity sporting the features of both Zeus and the weather god Cassius. The ruins were unearthed at the Tel El Farama archaeological site on the northwestern Sinai Peninsula. Roman times, this area was known as the city and harbor of Pelusium, which sat on the far eastern mouth of the Nile River. Archaeological teams zeroed in on the temple after excavating around the remains of two pink granite columns lying on the ground surface. It was mentioned that these columns once formed the temple's front gate, but collapsed in ancient times when a mighty earthquake rocked the city. Researchers have been aware for several decades that there might be a Zeus Cassius temple at the site. In the early 1900s and later in the 1990s, archaeologists ascertained that the granite columns were likely brought on barges via the Nile from Aswan in southern Egypt to Pelusium. Archaeologists also in Egypt have discovered an ancient pottery workshop with the remains of rounded vessels, coins, and even a ritual room dating to the beginning of the Roman period in Taba Matu, West Alexandria. Workers primarily used the site for crafting, amphora,
two-handed vessels with a neck narrower than the main body that were used for the storage and transportation of goods, such as oil and grain. Archaeologists with the Egyptian Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities discovered a number of buildings at the site, including a workshop containing a group of kilns. Two of these were carved into the rock, and one remains in excellent condition. With golden tongues. Ancient Egyptians believed that doing so would help transform the deceased into divine beings in the afterlife. Archaeologists found several examples of this special burial practice at a dig site in an ancient cemetery near Qusna, just north of Cairo. The burials also contained a multitude of grave goods, such as necklaces, pottery, and gold scarabs. Some give us more information about some of the ancient beliefs and the protective childbirth tattoos. Before giving birth, some ancient Egyptian women would get tattoos as a form of protection during childbirth. Archaeologists discovered 6 examples of this practice while studying mummies buried at Deir el-Medina, an archaeological site located along the banks of the Nile River. Tattoos is a rarity, since the skin would need to be preserved, and archaeologists make it a practice to not unwrap mummies. However, in this case, portions of the bodies were exposed, including the lower back of a woman whose ancient ink included black lines and a depiction of Bes, a deity that protected women during childbirth. See the variety of the discoveries. There is also a vast water tunnel that archaeologists have discovered. A 1,305 meters tunnel beneath a temple in Taposiris Magna, an ancient city located west of Alexandria in Egypt. It's thought that at one time the massive tunnel was used to transport water to citizens and is an exact replica of the Eupalinus tunnel on the Greek island of Samos, which is considered an engineering marvel. We have about 26 archaeological discoveries in 2022. The most prominent of these discoveries, the discovery of a cache of mummification workshop in the Abu Sir cemetery, the discovery of the remains of a temple of Zeus Cassius at the site of Tel El Farma, approximately 85 tombs from the Ptolemaic period in Sohag, a rock-cut tunnel in Taposiris Magna, and the discovery of a group of golden jewelry in one of the burials in Tel El Amarna. Archaeologists working at the Taposiris Magna, an ancient temple dedicated to Osiris outside Alexandria, announced the discovery of a mysterious tunnel beneath the site in November 2022, calling the 4,300 feet long subterranean passage an engineering miracle. The structure dates from Ptolemy II's reign between 280 and 270 BC, but had been buried in mud and seawater over hundreds of years by earthquakes. It is thought that the passage might lead to the burial chambers of Cleopatra and Antony, the location of which is still a mystery. Then here we have the Queen Neith's tomb. Still in Egypt, the tomb of a previously unknown queen was discovered in 2022 at the ancient necropolis of Saqqara, along with 300 coffins and 100 mummies. It has been announced that her name was Neith, and she had never before been known for the historical record. excavation at the site uncovered 22 interconnected tunnels believed to date back to the New Kingdom, and discoveries in Egypt never ends.
Well, that was all for our backpack for today. Thank you all for joining us. We will be back to tell you more about Egypt and more about beautiful sites where you can enjoy your vacation. And we always say that we try to be your tour guide in Egypt to let you know more about different means of entertainment and facilities provided in many of the Egyptian destinations where you can enjoy your vacation.